This is Backdoor Boink, where we welcome every side of everyone. Please note, this is an 18-plus podcast. It's time to put in some earbuds if you don't want to answer awkward questions from your children, family, or friends. I'm Kayla, a certified relationship and intimacy coach.
And I'm MJ, and I brought the lube.
In this podcast, we explore the behind the scenes of a weekly wellness topic reviewed on our YouTube channel. Our goal is to help you feel good, be naughty. Thank you for checking out our After Dark, After Hours podcast. You can find more information, including our YouTube channel, social media accounts, events, Discord, and products at boinked.com. That's www.boink-ed.com. Now, let's get in that back door. Tonight, we're going to talk about barrier methods.
Ooh, doors and windows and walls. Keeping people at bay.
Oh my gosh, you would think that. Barrier methods. Protecting against STIs?
Oh, my next guess was going to be like fences and...
Oh, that's a good one. We could have used higher fences.
Or lower.
No, to keep out the striped cat.
The no-no kitty?
The no-no kitty. Yep, we are fighting the skunk smell in the house as of 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
The husky tried to make friends.
Or eat it.
Yeah, probably that. He really does like the little animals.
Yeah.
Okay, so barrier methods, but I'm talking sexy time barrier methods.
Oh, sexy time barrier methods.
Yes. What's the first one that comes to mind for you?
Rubber gloves.
Wow, you went there.
I did.
You went there. Rubber gloves come in handy.
They can be fun.
They can be fun. Mm-hmm. They can be fun for fingering. They can be fun for fisting. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking, you got a hole.
Yep.
Stick stuff in it. Yeah, gloves are good.
The people that enjoy the doctor-patient play, nurse-patient play.
Oh, yeah.
Even people with rubber and latex.
Yeah.
Kinks and fetishes.
I mean, at that point, it's less a barrier method
right.
and more
but
kink
still,
of its own.
It's fun.
Yes.
There you go.
That's a good one. I don't know how that's the first thing that came to your mind because it didn't even make my list. But you can also turn them into dental dams.
You could.
There's a way to cut them down the
palm
side
out,
and lay it open like butterfly it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop.
Like a chicken breast.
Right across the vulva. Mm-hmm. And then all in there.
Now you got me thinking cordon bleu.
What?
Butterflying chicken.
I'm talking about eating pussy, and you're going cordon bleu.
I haven't eaten today.
Isn't that full of cheese?
And ham.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gooey, meaty.
Warm.
Okay, all right.
Moist.
Oh, there we go again. All right.
You're welcome.
Back to barrier methods. So, rubber gloves.
Dental dams.
Dental dams.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried one?
Many, many moons ago.
And what were your thoughts?
I hope they've come a long way.
Can I tell you something?
What?
They haven't.
There's still a tasteless... Okay, not tasteless. I mean, if you enjoy the taste of rubber...
Balloons,
have at. And I don't want to put down safety measures.
Right.
But as the giver, it did nothing for me to lick
the balloon.
Balloon, essentially.
Yeah, because it does not matter what flavor they say that dental dam is. It tastes like balloon.
Like a flavored rubber.
Actually,
we have some flavored rubbers that we both tried to try that we opened. And those were good.
The condoms, the male condoms.
Yeah.
The penis condoms. Yes. Those actually tasted quite delicious.
They tasted like, what did we try? Grape, and it tasted like grape bubble gum and banana, and it tasted like a banana now and later. But
the dental dams usually come in grape, banana, and strawberry, I think.
Right up there, I guess, with the edible undies.
Did we try that?
We did.
How'd that go?
Yeah. I'm still seeing the therapist about that.
Now, you're not talking the Smarties style edible undies.
No.
You're talking about like the fruit
roll-up style.
Oh.
We did.
I believe you that we did. I'm willing to bet I blocked that memory out for a good reason.
Probably.
Also not a barrier method.
No, but Flavored items.
Flavored items on the vulva. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I mean, dental dams, I get it. They're important.
Right.
They're hard to find.
They are. The
only place that I found them is a sex shop.
And not all sex shops even carry them.
Agreed.
It's got to be a little niche shop.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think you could get it. I was going to drop a name at one of the big ones, but I'm not going to drop the name. But
no,
it's not a standard item.
No,
and you
it's
can't
not.
get it at your local pharmacy.
Nope.
Okay. You can get male condoms.
You can.
At your local pharmacy.
You can get female condoms in this state with a prescription.
With a prescription.
And I think that's pretty standard all over.
I think that is nationally the case.
I know a lot of people don't like this word, or these two words combined. Fucking stupid.
Yes, absolutely. So 2.5 years ago, I decided I was going to do a YouTube on barrier methods.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, hun, go to the pharmacy, get me male condoms, get me dental dams, get me female condoms. And we thought, hey, easy peasy. He drove up to the CVS. Nothing at the pharmacies.
I came back with regular, standard
penis condoms. Yep.
I came back with normal size. I even came back with magnums because we were discussing the size difference as well.
Yep.
And I searched up and down. I went to 2 or 3 different stores, 2 pharmacies, nothing.
I had to drive over to a sex shop a couple towns over in order to get the dental dams.
Right.
And then I could not find female condoms.
Nope.
So I called around, we did research and found out you can only get them by prescription.
Now, I swear years ago, they used to be on the shelf.
I can't say for sure.
I don't remember, but I swear years ago they used to be on the shelf.
I would hope so, but that just seems weird that they would take them off the shelf.
I don't know.
But I had to go down to Planned Parenthood.
Yep. You had to make a phone call. You had to special request them.
Yes, because this was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't letting people into the building without appointment.
Right.
So what they did is they had a basket outside the door full of condoms. Only penis condoms.
Right.
So on the phone, I had to request female condoms, and I went down there, and this little old gremlin of a man answered the door, and I said, I'm here to pick up the condoms. And he was like, well, the basket's right there. No, sir. No, female condoms. Well, the basket's right there. There are no female condoms in the basket. It was a process. I think I spent 6 hours alone looking for female condoms. Absolutely ridiculous. And then I did try and request a prescription, and it could not be filled for 2 days, according to my doctor. And then it never did get filled. The pharmacy never filled it. It still shows up on my online profile. It says there's 8 refills, but I've never seen them, never gotten a message that it was filled.
Nope.
Nada.
Frustrating.
Extremely frustrating. Why is it that on one hand, there's this big hoopla about women's reproductive rights, and on the other hand, you are not giving them the tools to practice safely?
Okay, we'll take women's reproductive rights off the table.
And just talk about what?
BSI.
What's BSI?
In the medical field, they teach you BSI, which is, basically body safety. Protect yourself first.
Oh.
Do you see a doctor walk into a room without gloves on, without a mask on?
That's not for the patient's protection, it's for theirs.
That's for the patient's protection. But first and foremost, it's for their protection.
Right.
So why isn't it available for women to be able to go down to the local pharmacy or the local Quickie Mart? Because I can walk into any gas station and buy a box of my favorite name brand for $6 for a pack of 3.
You can pick them up at your gas station. That's
along with gas station happy pills.
Erectile pills?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Go longer pills. Stuff like that.
Like 5-hour energy for your penis?
Basically, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I do not advise using them, but to each their own.
Yeah, normally any supplements like that are not FDA cleared, so, if you're having erectile issues or stamina issues, talk first with your primary care. If they can rule out any medical issues, then you can see somebody like me, like a sex coach or a therapist. But yeah, maybe not gas station 5-hour energy for your schlong.
Yeah, maybe not.
I am still so pissed off about the female condom thing. I still have to figure out who, what, when, where, how to reach out and start trying to make that difference.
Yeah.
Because to rely on a partner with a penis to decide whether or not they're going to wrap it. Oh, it's tight. Oh, it doesn't feel the same. Oh, those are too small for me.
That's a crock of shit.
It's a crock of shit.
I mean, it doesn't feel the same. Okay, I get that. No, it doesn't feel exactly the same. But it doesn't feel exactly the same for you either, does it?
I mean, it's not a noticeable difference, in my opinion.
Unless you're using natural lamb skin, there's not a noticeable difference.
Right?
And yes, I have used them before as well.
Oh.
Yeah, those are different. And I will pick up a package at some point so you can open it up and examine it.
Okay, cool. But we did open up a standard size penis condom and a magnum size penis condom.
Yep.
And the difference was?
Nothing?
Absolutely nothing. You know what I was able to do with both of them?
Pull them up to your shoulder?
Pull them up to my at least my elbow.
Yeah.
And then spread my fingers with nails inside the condom, and they did not break. So this whole, it's too tight, bullshit. None of those would be too tight for what's his nuts?
Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, that guy. God. Oh, just thinking about him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to
It was the 70s. It was a different time.
I'm talking about now because I didn't see him until, late 90s, early 2000s. And I'm like, that guy is packing? I don't know that I've still ever actually seen the package. No, do not. I will look it up later. Do not pull that up on your phone. Oh my gosh. All right. So barrier methods are important. Yes, for reproductive rights, but also for STIs.
Right. Back to dental dams.
Yeah.
What about that new underwear product?
Ooh, yes. I have not gotten to try that.
I know you were in the process of starting to, but, look, there's a bunny over here and one over there and skunk. And stuff happens. We never got around to actually following through.
Lorals. Lorals. They are actually FDA approved latex underwear. It is great for having mess-free analingus. It's great for having period oral, and it's a great, safe barrier method. And from what I understand, they actually do have a flavor. It's like a vanilla-y type flavor. We need to try those. And yes, I did try and get some sort of partnership with them, but they were not doing that at this time because they were so new.
Brand new.
So hopefully that's something that we can offer in the future, but in the meantime, just go directly to their site. We need to order some of those just to try.
What we need to do with those is, order some, try it, and see if they have an affiliate program that we can just put a link on our webpage.
I don't even care as long as people are doing the safe thing. Because the number one concern with oral is
ickies.
Wow. Can we try a more adult, maybe medically correct term?
Yucky ickies.
Oh my gosh. Way to shame.
Sorry.
That's okay because you're, one of 10%
right.
of human beings that have never had this.
Right.
So
1 in 10.
It is actually more common to have cold sores or herpes than it is not to have it.
Nowadays, yeah.
And you can have it from infancy.
Yeah.
Somebody kissing the baby.
Yeah.
It's just
Grandma, back in the days of the old key parties, picked it up and...
Key parties? What is a key party?
Geez, I'm going to have to do some education. Think 70s. Get that groove going.
All right.
Fishbowl, keys,
Hippie.
parties, swingers, grab a set of keys and just...
What do you throw the keys at somebody?
No, you go with the set of keys.
You go with whoever's keys they are? Oh. That's an interesting game.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, so grandma maybe picked up the face herpes, and then somebody goes down on somebody, and then it becomes genital herpes.
But you know what? Know your status. Be honest about it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's just some bumps.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a viral infection.
Yep.
That is some uncomfortable bumps from time to time. If you're stressed, if you have a cold, they're not always present.
Nope.
90% of the population has one or the other or both varieties of it.
Correct.
And most of them don't know they have it.
No.
But we have this huge stigma around it.
Well, I think that has to do with the visual.
I'm sorry. When I shave my coochie, when I shave my vulva area,
you get bumps.
I get bumps.
Yeah.
it's not necessarily appealing.
No, I mean, it's razor burn. You get it.
Yeah.
You know, they say you eat with your eyes.
Oh, you eat with your eyes. You do.
You do.
You do.
I mean, are you going to go for the cake that's been smashed by the toddler, or are you going to go for the cake that's still all pretty and decorated? I mean,
Either way, it's going to taste delicious.
either way, it's cake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I want cake now.
Oh, cake sounds good. But let's finish talking about some of the STIs first and see if you're still hungry. So the other big one nowadays, HPV.
Mm-hmm.
You see all the commercials for it?
Yeah.
Get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Or you'll get HPV. Do you know what it
Ooh.
actually is?
What do you mean?
What HPV is? Not the name, so human papillomavirus.
Right.
Okay.
Other than the name,
Yeah.
what is it? Because it's, it presents itself usually in the form of a wart.
Exactly. It's a big fancy name for genital warts.
Just in general, that's...
Yeah, warts are another thing that are just, it's viral. It ends up in your body and just
same
crops
as herpes, stress, cold.
Absolutely. There is the concern that if women have HPV, they can develop cervical cancer because of the infection. So then it transforms from an STI to an STD at that point. But
Splitting hairs.
splitting hairs. So the idea is that an STI is an infection and it can develop into a disease. But anyway,
You're reading your notes?
I am reading my notes because I'm looking at these going, okay, herpes, not dangerous unless giving childbirth. Human papillomavirus, preventable with the vaccine.
In theory.
If you choose to take it, you have to take it before 26 or something.
Something like that.
Chlamydia, curable.
Yep.
Syphilis, curable.
Mm-hmm.
Gonorrhea, yes, the clap. Gonorrhea, curable. Here's the big one, because we were children of the 80s and early 90s.
Right.
HIV.
Mm-hmm.
HIV, human immunodeficiency virus.
Right.
Or AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So there's that whole one's
Pre
an
and post.
infection, one's a disease.
Right.
Yeah. Nowadays is...
Almost 99% preventable.
That's huge.
That is.
After the whole scare.
I'm a child of the 80s. I remember hearing about it on the news every night. Like, our kids heard about COVID.
Ugh.
And how it just needed to stop and we needed to do things, and it was terrible.
But probably like COVID, it was handled in the very wrong way.
Yeah.
And it was definitely something that impacted
Scary.
it. Well, yeah, it was
And
very
that
scary,
was-
but more scary for different communities,
More scary for different communities.
which was very
And-
true of COVID.
Yeah, and one of the big communities that it hit hard, and I think that's why it was such a scare tactic back then, is they didn't know anything about it. And healthcare professionals coming in contact with it.
Gotcha.
How did it spread? How they didn't know.
Gotcha. Now, it can only be spread through blood or genitalia fluids.
Through mucous membranes.
Right, exactly.
So,
And since the anus is one big mucous membrane, it's a very, very fragile mucous membrane. So even when you are the gentlest of gentle and delicate with anal play,
still going to be some ripping, some tearing
there's
you may
tearing.
not know about.
And that is why it was so easily contagious in that way.
Yeah. And for those of you that like facials, don't forget to wear your goggles.
Wear your goggles.
Your eyes.
Oh, I did not think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I've got this image of somebody with a snorkel
Yep.
going down. But yeah, it's preventable. Like you said, 99% preventable.
And people that have had it are now undetectable if they're on the proper medication.
That's amazing.
And undetectable, from what I understand, basically means it's non-spreadable.
Yeah, non-transmittable.
It's non-transmittable. Early days still with this,
Yep.
but there's hope.
There's hope. I mean, it's not a cure, but it's keeping it from snowballing.
Mm-hmm. And again, with all these, just know your status.
Yeah.
Playing with a new partner, be honest with them. Give them the choice.
Informed consent. Okay, you have herpes? Then let's be careful. Let's make sure we wrap it. But, for some people, it's going to be a line. For other people, they're going to be like, yeah,
Whatever.
me too. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Especially with something that's that common.
Yeah.
But you have to give them the option to consent to all the risks.
Yeah. Withholding is just not good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking at it here, and it's like the only... So yes, there's 20 different types of STIs or STDs.
You have listed the most common
I've listed
10?
the most common 10. One of them is but it's the least common infection, but is completely curable. About 70% of infected people don't even have signs or symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And those that do have symptoms, it's your standard itchy, painful, some bleeding, that sort of stuff. But it's completely curable. It's also not often tested for. So if you are having discomfort in your genitalia and you get a standard STI and it all comes back clear, you need to ask them to check for it. And it's TRICH. But yeah, it's not often checked for because that's how uncommon it is, but very curable. Bacterial vaginosis, BV.
Mm-hmm.
Vulva owners out there.
I was going to say, as not a member of that group, I don't think about it.
It's like a yeast infection times 500
Mm-hmm.
and comes with a generally pungent aroma is what makes it different. So a yeast infection is like a very bready.
Right.
Because of obviously the yeast.
Yeah.
The bacterial vaginosis definitely has that fishy. That's where that whole comments, the whole thing that goes around.
I believe I saw a meme the other day.
Yeah. So that's where that comes from. But it's completely curable. It's bacteria. You take some antibiotics, then probably end up with your standard yeast infection.
And take some more.
And no, you do not take antibiotics for a yeast infection.
Use your creams and or topicals.
You shove either a suppository or a cream in a tube up there.
And a cream is a topical. Again, I don't
It's
have
antifungals.
those parts.
It's antifungals is what it is. Does that mean yeast is a fungus?
Basically, yes.
Ugh.
Eat some yogurt.
Eat some yogurt. Do not.
All natural.
To be clear, do not try and slather yogurt on your nether regions. That's something I read online. Please do not do that.
It must be true. If you read it online, it must be true.
It is not. It is not. And then the last one I had here was pubic lice. Treatable. You can get lice on your head. It happens. I guess my point to all this is, why are we scaring the crap out of people? And why aren't we making barrier methods equally available to vulva owners and penis partners? But at the end of the day, instead of when somebody does contract an STI or develop an STD, it needs to stop being considered a moral problem.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not because you are a bad person or did not do things in a certain manner. It is not a moral dilemma. It needs to be considered like catching the cold. It's a germ.
It happens.
You don't beat yourself up when you go to work and you get sick because the person next to you sneezed.
No, you beat that person up.
No, you don't. We don't do that. All right. I've made my point.
I have no points.
Well, you do have one in your pants. Hee hee. Boing. All right. Give us a naughty limerick.
No, you were mean to me. You picked on me.
But you love me?
Is that a question or is that a statement?
Both.
Why do I put up with you?
I go back to because you love me?
There once was a fellow O'Doul who found little red spots on his tool. His doctor or cynic said, "Get out of me clinic and wipe that lipstick off, you fool."
That's a good one. I approve. It is Kayla approved. Nice job. All right. Say goodnight to everybody.
No.
Now who's bratting?
Me.
I'm going to break out everything's packed.
They're
away.
all over here.
I just turned around to check our shelves and everything's packed from the munch that we did. Yup. Okay. Well, I'm going to break out a paddle. Say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for listening to our shenanigans. We appreciate you. Don't forget to comment, send us a voice message, or send us an email.
Shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
Call it what it is.
What is it?
A shit show.
Shenanigans.
Whatever.
All right. Thank you so much. Stay you, stay beautiful, feel good, be naughty. Bye. Thanks again for listening to this podcast. I started Boink in 2022 with the goal to create a safe environment and culture for all genders and sexual orientations, to learn about and embrace every part of themselves and one another. We offer workshops, events, and various inclusive products, along with consultations to make sure we take a holistic approach to enhancing individuals' sexual satisfaction with themselves or their partners. I believe that when you accept yourself and your partner on the most intimate of levels, it filters out into your daily life. The World Health Organization recognizes this, saying sexual health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. So as long as you'll have us, Boink will be here. Kink affirming, gender blurring, sex fulfilling. And you can find any of our details at www.boink-ed.com.